mechanism. I must now return to the future.
To the future.
I thought you said you couldn't.
and he doesn't.
I suppose so.
Well, I don't even know what happened, man.
I think he's like, oh, I forgot, I can't. I think he legitimately, it's like a little kid who was like, wait a minute, you said earlier that you can't. And he's like, oh, well, he blows up instead. He just blows up.
So he just forgot that.
He forgot. He couldn't do that. Oh my God.
So today's Retro Toon review, we're doing this because of something pretty big that's happening right now in Marvel. You know, Marvel, they've been talking about, man, you know, when that new Thanos gonna be out there, man, you know, I know this has been a threat. I know this person's been dangerous. I know that person's talking shit. I mean, but when we gonna get somebody that feels like a big threat to everyone?
Yeah, the next big phase.
Yeah, the next, when we gonna get that big, you know, who's waiting at the end, like the boss at the end of a video game.
Of course.
You know, we're going to get that guy. And that's what everybody is expecting with Kang the Conqueror, who probably by the time you see this, everybody will have seen this movie. But at this moment, we're still waiting to see what Kang the Conqueror is all about and just how badass he truly is.
And give you more time, Ant-Man.
And that's the new face. Not a bad face.
No, good handsome face.
That's a very handsome face. That's a good face for Kang the Conqueror. That's the face that everybody's gonna get used to for a while with Kang the Conqueror. But of course, Kang the Conqueror has been in Marvel Comics for decades.
That's right. Yeah,
has been a big villain in Marvel Comics for decades.
Yeah, 70 years almost.
Yeah. So we had a Patreon member, Toasty, out there, who had a great recommendation for a Retro Toon review. And I probably have seen this, but just don't remember. But this person came in and said, hey, all right, I got something for you. With all this talk going on about Kang and things, why don't you do this episode of the Fantastic Four? You know, that old retro 60s.
Okay.
You know,
OG.
Yeah, the OG Fantastic Four, that cartoon that ran back in the day from Hanna-Barbera, where what this person said, this episode is the one where we had our first screen appearance of Kang the Conqueror. Why do you look confused?
Why does Reed look like?
Yeah, what?
You're supposed to be the smartest man alive. Don't look like the dumbest.
Exactly. I use the word a lot, but truly, this Fantastic Four, all these cartoons from that era, there's really only one word that you can use to describe them.
Okay.
Groovy.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, the animation was crude.
Yeah.
Sure, they looked stupid half the time.
Yes, we did. Those expressions, yeah. Always befuddled.
You know.
Befuddled and annoyed.
I love that. Ladies and gentlemen, the smartest man alive.
Who are we talking about?
Who, me?
Who? Oh, yeah, yes, me.
Where's dinner? I used to watch these because they had, you know, at the time they had Spider-Man.
That's what I watched. I never watched Fantastic Four.
Yeah, no, I remember Fantastic Four, man. They had I used to watch some of these, Spider-Man, all that stuff, man. Those 60s cartoons. I mean, they were ahead of my time, but they came up in reruns.
Right.
And you know what? You know, they today you look at them. Needless to say, they're dated.
Oh yeah.
You know, but but man, I tell you, they're lots of fun. And you know, going back and looking at a lot of those comic books, especially like Jack Kirby books and whatnot. I mean, this was very close to those comics at the time. You know, I mean, we'll make fun of them now, but they were very true to those comics at the time. As I said, this episode, you know, we're talking about, we're going to be highlighting Kang, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But of course, we're just going to talk about the whole episode and how it has dated today. You know, I don't remember this episode, you know, just our reactions to it.
Sure.
And also talk about how they did relate to Marvel Comics. I mean, how true were they to Marvel Comics at that time? This show This show came out in 1969. This episode came out in 1969.
Okay.
So, comics at the time, I believe that they were very much kind of like what we see here, which is why they were so popular. And also, this was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, too. So Hanna-Barbera, they had some of their sensibilities in this.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, cheap.
Yeah.
Also, straightforward storytelling. Sure.
Yeah, I can't argue with you there. But as I was saying, I think that they were very true to the comics, especially with certain themes.
Yeah.
Because in Marvel Comics, having superpowers can be a burden.
Yes.
Now, if you're a millionaire, billionaire like Tony Stark, everything's cool. Everything's copacetic, baby.
Yeah. It's cool, Daddy-O.
It's cool, Daddy-O. But, if you're Spider-Man, man, you're barely able to pay your bills.
That's true.
And then you could also have to deal on top of that with fighting supervillains, which can be a pain in the ass, especially if you just can't, tell anybody who you are. You can't really relish in your glories. The Hulk, he's just a huge monster. And don't even talk about mutants. Mutants, they're the
I was gonna say they're the ostracized individuals.
Yeah, well, let's say what they are, because X-Men were kind of an allegory for civil rights.
Of course.
So that's the same thing going on in this episode, which is something that you hardly see going on with the Fantastic Four. Sometimes they mention it. And I didn't read a whole lot of Fantastic Four, but I do. I would wonder about this because I would look at the Fantastic Four and I was saying, all of them got these crazy powers. One dude, turns into fire. This chick is invisible. This man stretches, sometimes grotesquely.
Yeah.
But they still got to be good looking, man.
Yep.
They still got to be the beautiful people. But Ben Grimm, aka the Thing, he just turned into a big old dried up orange turd, or
pretty much, yeah, big rock man,
big rock monster. He looks like a damn armadillo shell or something. He got the worst powers, man.
He did, yeah.
I mean, he's strong and he can, he doesn't get exhausted. He once fought the Hulk out in the desert, I think, and they fought for days.
Yeah, tied, I think, Yeah,
and he was just
forget it.
Yeah. So I mean, he's truly a badass.
No, he is.
But the only thing is, he
has to look like that all the time. He can't turn on and off.
No, just like the others. He cannot turn on and off.
No.
At all. And I always thought like, wow, because I would see cartoons. I didn't read the comics a whole lot, but I would see cartoons or watch the movies and whatnot. I'd be like, you know what? Wow, he's handling that pretty well, actually. He's taking it well.
Yeah, it took time.
I didn't see the rough times.
Right.
and in this episode, I thought it was cool that they addressed that. That's actually the big catalyst of this episode that Ben Grimm, aka the Thing, doesn't like how it looks. And one of the reasons why is because people are assholes.
Yes, they are.
Man, I don't know what was going on what was it, Yancey Street?
Yeah.
But let me show y'all something, man. Yancey Street just had bums just hanging out.
Rock hating bums.
Yancey Street just had these bums just hanging out, man. And they weren't hanging out like, trying to find a job or look for day work. No, they were hanging out to people.
That's right.
They were just Ben Grimm's walking by and they just throwing bottles at him.
Yeah.
For no reason. No, well, but yeah,
there's
for
a reason.
Because they're like, hey, ugly. Hey, you ugly son of a bitch.
Hey, watch this bottle bounce off his noggin.
Who do that? I love that he looks at the audience like, can you believe this?
You see the shit I got to deal with. What makes these people extra shitty is that they didn't know that was the Thing. They just thought it was just some dude.
There's some ugly guy.
Just some ugly dude, man. That's why they got their ass beat, because they didn't know it was a thing.
Why don't you?
I love this last guy. He got like. These other people got their ass beat, but they kind of got it beat in a dignified way. Like they got
Took on the chin. They took on the chin.
They got a proper ass whooping. And not this last dude.
Let's learn not to make fun of other people.
I love how he just kind of like lifts up a little bit and then just goes straight. That's how it works. That's how gravity works in this universe.
Like he didn't even move. He just
there he goes. Oh my god! Right up the ass.
Because they just animated one frame, him going like this,
and then
and then just slid him off screen.
All right, bye.
Those dudes got their ass beat, but really, Ben Grimm was the one that was wounded the most.
Yeah, no,
emotionally.
Yes. Yeah, and for a piece of entertainment in the 60s, especially for children, that says you shouldn't mock others because they look different. It's like, that's very progressive for the late 60s. So it's nice.
Or teaches people, hey, when you make fun of people or treat somebody badly, you get your ass beat.
Yeah, that's true. That as well.
Yeah, literally, you get your ass kicked. Because he's like a little kid, man. Like, I mean, seriously, like for this crude animation and as silly as this is, man, I feel bad for him.
Of course, you're supposed to.
Yeah, and because he's a grown man who's talking like a little kid. Well, I'm going to run away from home.
They really do dumb down Ben Grimm. I know that, in the comics he's not the super scientist like, Reed or Sue.
Yeah.
Or
he's the jock of the group.
He's the jock, but he's a pilot. He's a test pilot.
Yeah.
He's like the maverick of the group. But he's not supposed to be dumb.
Well, they dumped his ass, didn't they?
They really did.
I'm going to move to the island and then they'll be sorry. I could be.
I'm the world's homeliest creature. Back up and take off at some deserted island where no one has to look at my ugly face anymore.
And he's still talking to us.
Yeah.
I think that's why I felt so bad, because he looked right at us.
I'm the world's homeliest creature.
And since you're looking at us, I'm like, yeah, you ain't lying.
It's the PSA portion of the Fantastic Four. Thank you, Ben Grimm.
Yeah. So, what I love about these cartoons, this kicks off the episode. This is the reason why we're getting into this story, because Ben Grimm is ugly. He wants to be cured.
Yeah. And
since the Fantastic Four, Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, Ben Grimm, since they're all pretty much a family, they don't want Ben to go.
No, they love him.
Yeah, they do love him. So that's they're trying to find a way to cure him, to keep him around. They only have 20 minutes to wrap things up.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no room for logic.
No logic.
So if things get a little silly, just consider it part of the charm.
Okay.
Of what we're doing here.
I'll keep that in mind.
And so as the story goes along, there is really seriously no time for logic at all.
No.
So got Ben walking down the street feeling sad, talking about, man, everybody does. I'm ugly. I'm leaving the city. I'm going to live on an island. Just as he's doing that, wouldn't you know, at the same time, Reed Richards and Sue Storm and Johnny Storm, it's a coincidence. They were all thinking, yeah, man, how can we actually cure Ben?
Sure.
They didn't even know he was feeling bad at the time.
Yeah.
They were just sitting around, like, man, we should really do something for that guy.
I believe that we may discover a method of restoring you to your original self.
So keep in mind, people, again, it's all part of the charm.
Yeah. And to be fair, that has been a part of a lot of Fantastic Four storylines from the comics. Like, because Reed has always felt guilty about Ben's condition and wants to help him. So.
Okay. Well, as I was saying, people, keep in mind whatever I'm about to say. It's all part of the charm of what we're doing.
Sure. Yeah,
it might not make sense, but
they pull out of their ass here. I'm like, all right.
But we only got 20 minutes to get this done.
That's fair. Yeah.
So they want to help. They want to help cure Ben. So, what's their plan to do it, and what gave them the idea?
Hey, look at the carving on this plaque.
Why?
They just have it in a museum dressed up in their Fantastic Four costumes.
I love how in these cartoons, they have one design and we are not putting them in clothes. No. It's just that.
They don't have the money to do that.
I know.
They can't keep having them do costume changes because, again, they reuse those animations.
Sure.
So they keep their asses in. When they go to the grocery store,
they're Fantastic Four.
They're dressed up.
They just want to show off. It's like, yeah, we're the Fantastic Four. You're welcome. We saved reality.
Hey, you ever change your clothes?
Oh, the Fantastic Four is here. Oh, they smell so bad. They never change.
Just ignore them. But yeah, so they're just at a museum hanging out, on their day off from saving the world and the galaxy, and they're at a museum, and then they're looking at this plaque and they get this idea to maybe this is the key to curing Ben.
Hey, look at the carving on this plaque.
Why? That's an amazing likeness.
That is so similar to Ben. If we could only go back and find out what it means, maybe we could help Ben.
Let's see if we can.
Yeah, let's just go back in time.
Yeah,
It's
we
that
do that.
easy.
Yeah.
Let's go back in time like we just go into the store.
Yeah, they don't. Man, we're Fantastic Four. We've done it before.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
You know we are.
Hey, we're smart people.
Yeah. Time travel.
Yeah, we could pull a time machine out our ass, man.
Well, they can't do.
Yeah, they know. And then,
Might as well do that.
They don't, but the movie, the TV show does.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. So just how do they propose to go back in time? I mean, you're talking about you are talking about Reed Richards, the smartest man in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So we expect him to go home and like, you know what? I'm just gonna build one. I'm just gonna do some equations to just build one.
Makes sense.
But again, we're not here to make sense.
I know.
we don't have
door.
We don't have time to make sense.
Fair enough.
So what do they do with this whole situation of time travel? How do they make it happen?
Remember Dr. Doom? He abandoned his castle. But there's a chance the time machine he left behind is still in working order.
Because people just leave time machines just lying around.
No one's going to Dr. Doom's castle anymore. That's fine. It's unoccupied.
I'll just put a tarp over it. Ain't nobody go by.
That's fine. I was like, don't go to Doom's castle now.
Yeah, nobody thought to just remove the time machine and make sure that nobody could use it for foul purposes.
That's too hard. We might need it.
And again, we don't have time.
We don't have time to find the time machine.
Yeah. We don't have time to build one. We don't have time to make one. Go find one that's already lying around.
Much easier.
A already made time machine.
Can I just say, I just love that they just have all these wonderful portraits of their villains just in their living room.
And they all look stupid.
They don't do.
Like Dr. Doom's like,
please don't take my picture. We gotta put you in the room.
Dr. Doom just looks confused. Again, he looks like a high school yearbook picture.
It does, yeah. Oh God, they always do this.
Nobody has time to worry about details like Johnny Storm lighting up in the back of a jet.
I'll fly over and lower the drawbridge. Okay, Johnny?
Flame on!
Nobody like, hey man, hey.
Sue's just on fire. Just scream.
And she's got a ton of hairspray in her hair.
Oh, I know. She'd light
This is
everybody
the 60s,
up.
man. Her head would explode.
The cockpit would just go. Johnny be like, oh no, God.
She'd be looking like Ghost Rider back there. Big skull head. Yeah, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, the seats didn't get caught on fire or anything, man.
Yeah,
Again, no
flame
one
resistant.
Yep, there you go. Mm-hmm. Apparently, everybody is in there too. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's a good thing that this time machine that they find, not only was it conveniently just there,
Untouched.
Just come on in and just use it anytime you like. But we got to move so fast that it was also very convenient that the time machine was able to be set to exactly Egypt, 10th century.
Yep.
It had the words on there.
Yeah, got 'em.
Egypt, press another button, 10th century.
Let's try it. Get on the elapsed time plate, and I'll be right behind you.
Just flip switches that way.
Yeah.
What if we got to go, like, I don't know, to England? We got to go, okay, got to go the whole alphabet.
10th century Egypt.
Just does it. Okay. Maybe Doom already had those coordinates in there. Yeah. It's like, I want to go to Egypt someday.
Maybe Egypt's a place to be.
Man.
There's a song that called that.
Oh.
Egypt is the place to be. Egypt.
Oh, shit.
So, hey, they know.
Dr. Doom knows.
Yeah. And since we don't have much time, when they do get over to Egypt, those Egyptians, they were waiting on their ass.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, people time travel to that one spot all the time.
Again.
But no, this time we're going to be ready.
Yeah.
Look over there. We have company.
Heads up, everyone. Looks like we're in for a battle.
No enthusiasm at all.
Because they've done it so many times. All right, here we go. Staying there all
Once
day.
again. So this is where we get into typical superhero stuff, man. These really do play out like the comics. I mean, as silly as they are, those comics back in the day, you'd be surprised how they read like this.
Oh, no, they're goofy. I know.
Yeah, those comics were extremely goofy. And there was a requirement in all those comics, man. If you had a team, there's a requirement most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, everybody had to have a chance to show their powers.
Right.
If they're fighting a boss or a villain or something, everybody had to have their moment. Those dudes are dead.
Yeah, killed a lot of people.
Is that the same shot? That's what I'm talking about.
Same shot.
People, look at this. This is
There's
what
only two guys before. You did two. Now there's like a third one that showed up.
I said, did I start this over again?
Yeah,
People, that's what I mean by reuse animation. They padded this out a lot. So you got the first rock throw.
Yep. Guys.
And then you notice that these two guys they're the same guy doing the same run.
Oh yeah.
It's the same shot right there.
Flame on!
I love that. Johnny Storm, like every time he does that, he just goes like, yeah, Kit Kat. Meow, 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 flame on.
He really does.
Yeah. It's very weird.
Oh! Flame on, all right.
Flame on! Flame on!
And this is another goofy thing in the comics. The dialogue, if you want to call it that, reads like the comics, except they're not really. It's not really dialogue. Dialogue is, would kind of be, an exchange between two people.
Yeah, they don't do that.
Or
a conversation.
Or a conversation, like the comics of that time. These people are they're narrating their actions.
Yes,
This might as well be a description in a script.
Yep, pretty much.
Because they're just narrating what they're doing.
Something's happened to Ben and Johnny. Gotta get over there.
Okay.
Now, something's happening to me, too. I'm about to pass out.
I'm about to pass out. Wow, my hemorrhoids are inflamed.
Oh, passing out. Oh, here we go. Almost there.
I'm down on my knees now. I'm laying down.
Could row for the show, Corey.
I'm putting my arm over my forehead. Dramatically. Yeah,
Yeah, it's either that or exposition.
Our exposition, yeah. That's right. Our monologuing.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I guess monologuing is exposition. Yeah. So this is the part where we start to get introduced to Kang. The reason we're here for this is this discussion. And so the Fantastic Four, they pass out for some reason. Their powers are depleting. They don't really know why. Yeah. But they're weak, and they get gathered up, and they get brought in front of the leader of these Egyptians.
Yes, prisoners, the awesome Ramatat, Pharaoh of Pharaohs, King of the Seven Sons. And now that you know who I am,
shut up.
Yada, yada, yada.
Why don't you shut the So everybody's looking at me now and saying, okay, that's cool, but where's Kang?
Where's the Conqueror?
I don't see no Kang the Conqueror over here. You do. You probably just don't know it. I didn't, because I tell you, I don't really know the history of a lot of these characters, man, especially Kang. I never read anything with Kang that I can recall when I was reading comics. So you were, believe it or not, looking at Kang. That right there, that's Kang. You're like, no, that man said he was ramen noodle, Ramatat. And the thing with Kang, as we've all learned from maybe watching Loki or just reading about Kang
multiverse now that we're in, Marvel.
There's so many different versions of Kang out there.
Look at that.
And yeah, there you go. And though Kang is never mentioned here by name, this Kang is one of them. You can see there.
He's a variant.
There's Ramatut right there. Yeah, he's a variant. So this particular version of Kang, he's a younger version of the Kang that we know are the popular Kang that everybody knows are Kang Prime or whatever.
From the comics.
The comics. And so his story is he went back in time and started and got stuck in 10th century Egypt. And he decided, well, I might as well just go ahead and make something good out of this. Since I'm not going back, I'll just go ahead and make myself the leader of these Egyptians here.
Pharaoh.
The pharaoh of these people here. And that's a story that they kind of show in this episode right here.
yes, I came from the year 3000, the glorious age of enlightenment. I long for action, for for nations to come.
As I sit in action.
I just wish I could conquer something. I'm bored. He looks like Ming the Merciless.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Of course he's bored. He's looking at a picture of a boat on screen.
So dumb.
The boat's not moving.
Nothing.
He's looking at the worst show on TV. Wow.
It was in the year 3000 that I learned of the existence of the Fantastic Four. How I...
Boy, they made Doom look like a bitch.
They
right
really did. Oh, don't hurt me.
Come on, man. I was just playing.
Yeah. It's like a bunch of bullies.
Doom ain't look tough at all in this episode. He had that one picture where he's looking crazy.
Looking awkward. Because probably you're going to take the picture.
Yeah.
I don't want to. You're going on the wall.
Sit down and take the picture.
Dramatic and interesting careers. Then one day, while visiting the ruins of Dr. Doom's castle,
There you can go.
I discovered in his laboratory that...
Anyone can go to the ruins of Dr. Doom's castle.
Anyone can.
1,000 years later. Like, yeah, man, just go. Yeah.
Left the door open. You can find the key. You can find the key under the rock.
Yeah, man, it's fun.
Yeah.
diagram
Hey,
of
party at Doom's place, man.
his greatest invention, a time machine. I immediately
Left that time machine out there for anybody to use.
Yeah, and the plans in case you want to make another one.
Yeah, that's true.
Just in case.
to work and constructed the giant high voltage machinery that activated the time-space transfer. Then, knowing the superstitions of the people,
A giant floating sphinx.
That one I'm like, okay. All right, sure.
I mean, this is a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, so of course it just floats up in the air and just slides across the sky.
Yeah, I love it when they just slide.
Yeah, they just slide. No, there's no movement back and forth, no to and fro.
Nah.
fashioned a strange idol and placed my equipment and diode ray within and sent myself back through time and space to this very
So yeah, he landed in Egypt and became that pharaoh.
Yeah.
I mean, as you can see, these cartoons, it's like a child wrote these almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 minute they can have some really cool ideas and some really cool writing, and then the next minute there'll be something that a 5-year-old wrote.
That's right.
And I'm not even saying that as an insult, because I think that's what appealed to kids, man.
I mean, yeah, these weren't made for adults.
No.
At all. These are intended for children. They don't want to get too overly complicated because then they would stop watching and get bored.
And
they'd be just like Kane or Ramatut.
Yeah, just watching the screen.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go conquer something. I don't know. It's boring.
Well, they had to dumb them down for kids.
Yeah,
because that's what the I guess the equivalent of the FCC or whatever.
Yeah,
that's what you had to do.
Yes.
But also, that's the appeal of these. And I think today they have a nostalgic appeal. Today it's funny to watch that.
Oh, yeah.
But as a kid, I mean, that's how, when kids play superheroes, are they playing with their action figures? Mm-hmm. This is the kind of stuff they do.
Yeah.
They pull things out their ass.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They just make up things on the spot.
Right.
Kids are
improv.
Improv, yeah. They're not thinking of details.
No.
So how do you think he conquered when he got there? Do you think he had bunch of do you think he had mighty forces, or do you think he made his way up politically? No, not at all. No, he had a gun. He had a ray gun that had just had two simple settings on there.
Mm-hmm.
And this weapon is the gun that sapped you of your powers. The ultra diode ray, invented by me 4,000 years in the future.
He had a gun with two settings.
Mm-hmm.
You look right there, you can read them: slave and free.
Ooh, nice.
Now imagine what Abraham Lincoln could have done with this gun back in the day.
A lot easier.
It would have been a whole lot. He might have lived. Might not have been assassinated.
Could have.
He had that. Mm-hmm. John Wilkes Booth would have been a slave. And all black people be free.
Yeah. Why even have the free setting though? What's the point? Why are you going to free? You're conquered people. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Just in case you accidentally slave yourself.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Make sure.
Yeah, it might go off.
Might shoot himself in the ass. Like, oh no.
You might enslave your ass.
That's true. Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, come on.
You have a backup.
You have to have a backup.
All right.
Yeah. Come on. You don't never have one setting on there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Of course, you leave it open for the slaves to get it and then free themselves one way or another, as we see at some point in here.
Maybe. They'll give it away.
So of course now that he's got the Fantastic Four, he says, well, I'm just going to switch this over to the slave setting, which I always keep it there anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe the free slave setting is like the safety setting on a gun.
Might be, yeah.
But he says, I got the Fantastic Four here, so I'm going to put this on slave, and I'm going to shoot the Fantastic Four with my slave rays.
That's not what we came here for.
Too slow, Mr. Fantastic.
I'm like talking shit. Too slow, bitch. And went gangster on him,
Yeah,
man.
I know.
Trying to holding it sideways. Pow, pow. Yeah, man. And then what I love about this is that when he makes them slaves, listen, they got incredible powers, but he's like, you know what? I don't like y'all. So I'm going to give y'all the most humiliating jobs
Yeah.
I can give you. I'm not going to give you anything that's going to be really cool.
Respectable.
Yeah, respectable. Or even all that useful.
Yeah.
Again,
Ramatut is thinking like a 5-year-old.
like a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, I have these guys who can't. All these guys are like 6 feet, but you know we have an 8 foot wall.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put you over there so you can stretch and look over it and see what these other guys can't see.
All clear to the north. The enemies in the new territory have fled.
Ain't this some
help
shit? Look at you. Ain't this?
What I've been reduced to.
He's like, ain't this a bitch?
Look out. That's it. They can't like put a guy in that wall. Just like, no. We got the stretchy guy now. He does that.
There was a guy at the wall. They're like, get down. We're gonna get rich to
We
do
don't need
this.
you anymore.
Yeah.
Aw.
But he'll get the stretchy guy out there. Yeah. I love. Look how sad he is.
Yeah.
You know, ain't this a bitch right here? Johnny Storm, he got it worse, man. Oh, I don't even think I had. Let me see. Did I even get that clip? Because Johnny Storm, I felt bad for Reed Richards, but Johnny Storm, they do him dirty, man. Let me see if I got that clip here. Hold on. Oh, hold on, y'all. Oh, no, I'm about to find it in the damn. Forgot to get it out, out of the episode. No, but I can find it.
Get it, yeah. I want to see all the demeaning jobs the Fantastic Four had.
Yeah, it's stupid, man, what they had him do. I felt bad for him. There's a man that could be, let me see, this is a man that can be used as a weapon.
Yeah.
If he wanted to.
Can burn armies to
burn
crisp.
yeah.
Legions and everything.
Yeah, man.
Can destroy their food supplies.
He could be like the Game of Thrones dragon, man.
Yeah, could be.
But what do they have him doing? Juggling, man. He got his,
I'm amused. Yes.
they made him a flaming court jester over there. He got his ass juggling.
Oh my God.
Me, the torch, a court jester. But I must do as Ramatut commands.
Yeah, we know.
Boy, and everybody's having a good time too.
Like,
Everybody's having
whoa,
fun.
no one could juggle like this guy.
This guy is awesome. Except for Sue.
Oh, she's the unlucky one.
Yeah,
she should have known, honestly. Like,
yeah, you can either say she's the lucky one or the unlucky one, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah.
But keep the girl here, for she has traveled all these centuries to become my queen.
To be my like,
She's like, no.
you're like, yeah, I'm about to get up in that ass now.
To become my queen.
Oh, never.
Oh, you know what about that? When I first saw this, I thought she was about to say, oh, man.
Yeah. That's how I read it. That's how I read it.
Oh, man.
I feel like this happens to her a lot in this show. I feel like a lot of the villains are probably lusting after. She's like, again?
I mean, even this guy, look at this guy. He's like, yeah. I think you could use a massage. She's like, not again.
Don't touch me.
This happens every week.
Every adventure, every villain.
The way they escape, do they figure it out with a strategy because of their genius? Because they're all smart people. They're all genius level people, except for, you know, being him. But, you know,
I'm smart.
I'm not dumb. Not everybody thinks. But you think they pull up a plan, you know, out of their genius brains? No. They just get lucky. Yeah. You know, there's some random comet that's flying by.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's Marvel though. Let's be fair. It's like exposed to some radiation.
Some random comet that's happened to be flying by, you know, and just did them a solid.
It's a comet. It's sure close. I feel strange.
You know what I'm laughing about? He looks like a
thumb.
He looks like he looks like a dude who either has a peanut allergy or
A food allergy just swelled up.
Like, oh, his lips got stung by bees.
I think I'm allergic.
I feel strange, like my old self.
Yeah.
So this comet just changes him back to human.
Yeah. I
Being
love
Grim,
how
yeah.
it doesn't affect any of the other
It
people.
doesn't affect any other people, just him.
Nope.
Has the power to change back to Ben Grimm. How? Doesn't matter.
No.
What I tell you, don't matter. We ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
What matters is we can keep this story going.
I'm not under Ramatut's power anymore.
Sure.
Now's the time to make a break. Back to your all slave. Sorry, pal.
Still has the ship straight, bro.
I mean, looking at this. Oh, that man went flying out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he hit him so hard, like his body, he stretched like Mr. Fantastic. Look at this, watch this. Look.
Oh, yeah.
He hit him so hard, he stretched. What's funny about this is that even though Ben Grimm isn't the thing anymore, you know, even though he's not as big as he was as a thing, he's still big.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And no one sees his big ass sneaking around.
Stealthy. A lot of the characters, though, to be fair, they're pretty stealthy this episode.
Yeah.
And now to my bride-to-be.
Here we go.
Everybody knows the big dude running around in his underwear.
The big white guy.
The big white guy.
But it stands out in ancient Egypt.
The big white dude tiptoeing around in his bikini underwear.
Soon she shall be queen of all the Nile.
Like no one caught him doing that. None of his guards, nothing. It was like, oh shit.
I mean, he was talking some shit too.
Oh, yeah.
Introducing my new what?
Caught a monologue.
Yeah, sure
Caught
did.
a
There you are.
monologue.
That's true. Caught it as monologue and got the drop on him.
Soon she shall be queen of all the Nile. What?
That was like some of the most earnest piece of voice acting in this. I was like, oh, it's like they actually did it to the actual voice actor he's recording. Like they pinched his ass or something. It's like, hi, oh, what?
Who did that? What the hell?
It was me.
And you know what? I love it because he got the drop on him and got that gun and immediately put that switch on free.
Yeah.
Freed his friends.
Yeah, easy.
It's a reverse switch. It'll free a person from domination.
We know.
Of course, in case Ramatut wants to release it.
That's what it means.
Thanks for letting us know, Ben.
I thought it meant I could take this without paying for it.
See, I aim smart.
Yeah. Who's got the gun now?
What? Uh-oh. The comet's radiation.
Lips got dry.
I need some chapstick.
That allergy kicking in again.
Damn. He's allergic to free.
He's easily defeated because either all of his men are snitches. They rat his out. They rat him out quick.
Where is your master? He has gone to the Great Sphinx to gather his forces.
He snitched him out quick.
They have to threaten him.
No, nothing.
Just where is he?
Yeah, over there. Can I go now? I don't like that. Anyway, wish they don't. But yeah, either this man are snitches or they're just idiots.
I didn't do anything. I just stood here. I was already invisible.
You didn't see my white outline?
Yeah, no.
But most importantly, like I said, they didn't want to be slaves anyway. So so they're all set free. You know, thanks to the gun that switched to the free setting on
Thank
it.
God for that switch.
Hit him with the free ray.
There's so many of them. Don't know what it'll do, but here goes.
We don't know what.
It says free on it. What the?
Reed, you're supposed to be the smartest of everyone. The smartest man in the world.
Like, really, man? You know?
I don't know if this will work, but shit, let's do it. Let's try.
Yeah, all right, yeah, man, cool, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, all right, fuck, yeah. Some of the worst. All they had to do was say,
terrible.
yeah,
Yeah.
My man's got one last trick. He's got one last trick up his sleeve.
Now, prepare for your end.
Sue, your force field.
He has guns that wait for you to finish talking before they shoot you.
Good.
How did this man conquer anything?
I don't know.
The only thing he's conquering is himself.
Yeah.
You know, knowing that he's lost though, because that's what happens in these shows. You know, of course the villain's gonna lose, but knowing he's lost, he's like, you know what, to hell with this, man. I'm going back to the what is it?
The 31st century.
31st century, the year 3000. Mm-hmm. I'm going back to the year 3000. I don't need all this right here. And this is too much.
Yeah.
They'll catch me. I have repaired the mechanism.
I like that there's an arrow pointing to his bottom lip right there.
You're right, yeah.
Repaired the mechanism. I must now return to the future.
To the future.
I thought you said you couldn't.
and he doesn't.
I suppose so.
Well, I don't even know what happened, man.
I think he's like, oh shit, I forgot, I can't. I think he legitimately, it's like a little kid who was like, oh, wait a minute, you said earlier that you can't. And he's like, oh, well, he blows up instead. He just blows up.
So he just forgot that.
He forgot. He couldn't do that. Oh my God.
Normally, man, I would criticize writing like this, but this I mean, I have fun watching.
It's amusing. It's very amusing.
No, it is. Maybe because I realize that this is what they had to do.
Yes.
It's a product of its time. Mm-hmm. I had so much fun watching this because again, I remember these when I was a kid, so it is a very nostalgic thing for me.
No, sure.
But like I said, man, it's like how kids play when they play superheroes.
Yep.
You know, it's like how they play with their toys. And I will say that the episode, I mean, it's corny, but they did something that we only associate more modern movies doing. Mm-hmm. You know, more, you know, it's like we associate the kind of thing that they did here with Back to the Future and Onward. Not the movie Onward, but moving onward from that. Right. Back to the Future and afterwards. They do this whole thing where they introduce something in the beginning and actually bring it full circle. Something that they thought was done in the past, they actually had an impact on. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the thing with Ben and
the plaque. The plaque with Ben on it. Mm-hmm. You know, how that happened? How did a guy that looks just like the Thing, how did they get on that plaque?
Speaking of the 20th century, our time is almost up. Where's Ben? Well, for gosh sakes, look! He's getting his picture taken, Egyptian style.
And so that day, wait a minute. You mean that's the same plaque that was at the museum, man?
I'm flabbergasted. That's the same one that the guy did yesterday. After all, I'm the only one that's an antique in his own time. For posterity.
He's still ugly.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that, man.
Yeah. It's what's inside that counts, right?
Yeah, it's what's inside that counts. Mm-hmm. Yeah, ask these guys that.
Hey, what's this bottle bounce off his noggin?
Fuck you. I don't care what's inside of you. Doesn't matter to me. It's on the outside that counts.
We don't care what's inside, you know what's upside your head. Oh, there you go, folks. Yeah. That's our discussion of Kang's first appearance on the screen.
What a first appearance it was. Hey, only place to go now is up. Jonathan Major, the ball's in your court.
No, I think, boy, he's got a lot to live up to, doesn't he?
Man. That's his face look after this is like, what? God. My Barry was an idiot.
You told me to go home and watch that for research?
Yeah, inspiration. Just try to be a little bit better than that. Don't blow yourself up at the end.
I don't know. Yeah, don't you say blow yourself up the end.
If he does end this new movie, that'd be hilarious. You can't travel. Oh, yeah. Because he's stuck there in the quantum realm.
See you suckers. Oh, wait a minute. Shit. No, I forgot. I forgot the thing I said earlier.